Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Books and Beauty. My name is Tori. I'm trying to... Y'all, that ass. Today is December 20th. This book came out today. And I just finished it. Let me tell you something. I worked from 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Any downtime I had, I was reading. I read on my break. I read on my lunch break. I read on my way to work. I read on my way from work. And I've been reading since I got home. I'm sleepy as fuck. But this book, you guys, I'm in shambles, and I'm trying to do this quick so I can go to sleep. But okay, so as you can see from the title, it's From the Darkness. This is book 2 of the Darkwood Academy series by Lynn Rhys. So if you watched the video review that I just posted before this one, it was for book 1. I'm in shambles. This book, was so fucking good. This book was so fucking good. I don't even... Okay. Yeah, let me just do what I did last time. Like I said, viewer discretion is advised, reader discretion is advised. Make sure you check your trigger warnings. This is a dark bully romance. There are dark themes throughout the book. This book ends on a cliffhanger, contains strong subject matter that may not be suitable for all readers, including scenes that may depict, mention, or discuss triggering elements. Let me go back to the book so I can actually get the correct triggers for you guys. Go back. Where am I? Contains strong subject matter that may not be suitable for all readers, including scenes that may depict, mention, or discuss abduction, abusive relationship, anxiety, assault, attempted murder, blood, bullying, death, depression, emotional abuse, fire, kidnapping, murder, physical abuse, rape, self-harm, sexual abuse, sexual assault, slut-shaming, stalking, starvation, suicide, and violence. So, if any of those are your triggers, do not take these triggers lightly, because let me tell you something. Miss Lynn Rhys, she don't play. She don't play. Don't take any of those triggers lightly. Off rip, I'm rating this book 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Let me tell you something. I screamed several times. I almost threw my phone several times. I don't know why I'm reading on my phone and I have a fucking Kindle. I don't know what's wrong with me. I almost threw my phone several times. There are a couple of clips that I recorded while I was reading that I'm gonna have to throw in here because them revelations, baby, was slapping me in the face. But yo, like the plot continuation, perfection, the spice, perfection. Everything is just, oh God, like, and I'm so, like, this is dead ass why I don't read series that aren't finished. Just me personally, even though as a writer I feel like that's something that I'm gonna do, you know, obviously in the future when I stop procrastinating. But like book 3 doesn't come out until next year, although like on Amazon it says September 2023. I don't remember the exact date, but in the book she does say it would come out, you know, probably sooner than that. I really hope so, because baby, I can't believe I forced myself to read that whole book in a day. But I was waiting for that. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. Okay. Because now I need to discuss it really, really quick. because it's like almost 10 o'clock. I need to go to sleep. I have to be up at like 5 a.m. Okay, so when we left off, we know that Phoenix had attempted to unalive herself. Let me go back and read the synopsis really quick so that we remember where we at. Am I on the right one? Yes, okay. To whoever cares, it hurts, the pain is blinding, and I'm not talking about the scars on my wrist. It's the wounds bleeding from my heart, the pain, lies, and heartache. It's all just too much. I'm more alone than ever. My past has been exposed for the entire school to see, and the friend I thought I had abandoned me when I needed her most, along with the 3 guys I opened my heart to. And the moment I did, I was done for. Daxon, Mason, and Colt brought on this darkness. Their betrayal and their lies led me to the end, and that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be over. I wanted the pain gone, I wanted the tears to dry up, and I wanted the world to go black. Except I don't get an end. My stalker is still out there. I'm still bullied by everyone around me. The only family member alive ignores me and pretends I don't exist. My life is slowly crumbling around me. My sanity's holding on by a thread. My existence can't get any darker, can it? Love, Phoenix. Let me tell you something. And Miss Lynn Rhys, I mean this is a term of endearment, so don't be offended. But bitch, you got me fucked up. Let me tell you something. This book, okay, so in book 1, like I said, the guys asked Phoenix to homecoming, and then like right after this, like 2 weeks before homecoming, their dads summoned them. And in book 1, we have no idea what happens in this meeting. It immediately goes to Phoenix and Liz getting ready for homecoming, and she was saying how the guys were acting weird, but she didn't know because they wouldn't tell her anything, only for them to show up at the dance with the 3 bitches on their arms with engagement rings on their fingers, you know. And then all that shit went down, and Phoenix tried to unalive herself. Yeah. So with this book started off with the guys going to meet with their dads. Perfect fucking way to start the story. Yes. Yes. And you know what? Let me just interject really quick. I loved reading more from Colton's point of view because now I'm starting to learn more about him, and I really do like him. But yes. So the parents are such dicks. All of the adults, every single last adult in this book, heinous, trash. It's yeah, basically the dads are like, there's this contract. It's ironclad. The 3 of you have to marry the 3 of them. If you guys refuse, then we lose all of our business and money to them. If they refuse, then they lose all of their businesses and money to us. So that's how they presented it. And so they also was like, you know, if you guys agree to this, we'll leave Phoenix alone. We'll let her live. First of all, you was really trying to kill her? Anyways. Yeah. So the guys decide to go along with it or whatever. And obviously we already know, like in book 1, we already know that the guys didn't really want to go through with it. But it was just fucked up because they didn't mention anything to Phoenix, and then the words that they said to her at the dance, like basically like agreeing with the bitches, like, you know, you were just a good fuck, basically, you know, like we used you. Like, I feel like that was crossing the line, but I know they had to make it look believable. But still, that was trash. It was fucked up. But like reading that moment from their point of view, like especially Daxon is my favorite, I think. Man, let me tell you something. Reading from Daxon's point of view, first of all, I shouldn't have been reading this book at work because it took everything in me not to break down in tears. Reading from Daxon's point of view in the beginning of the book during the homecoming shit. And we find out why the guys weren't there when Bianca pulled that shit. You know, they were like, we're over this. We're going to go upstairs. Fuck all this shit. Only for Chad to, you know, open his fucking mouth. And they're like, what? Bianca's doing what? And that's when, you know, they try to find out where Phoenix is so that they can go explain and apologize and all this shit. Reading Daxon's point of view when he found Phoenix in the shower with her wrist slit. Having him talk about how broken Mason and Colton were when they walked in and saw her that way too. How they all, like reading from their point of views as they watched her in the hospital bed when she hadn't woken up yet. Like, let me tell you something. Broken. Had to hold in my tears at work. That was the worst. Like, shenanigans, okay? Shenanigans. I was not prepared. Phoenix waking up and immediately telling all of them to fuck off and get the fuck out. Absolutely warranted. Period. Her aunt not coming to see her, not surprising. Was very fucking surprised. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. You know what? No. We gotta talk about this. Fuck everything else. Fuck everything else. We gotta talk about it because I need to hurry up and talk about it. Dr. Justin Parker, you raggedy son of a bitch. Let me tell you something. I knew. Didn't I say it? I said it. Insert clip here. I had to insert this clip. Bitch. I knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I was right. I was right. The fucking therapist, Dr. Parker. I was fucking right. I'm freaking out. I was right. I knew that shit was off. I said it was too obvious to be Chad. It wasn't the guys. I knew that nigga was off. I knew he was off. I was right. And I'm freaking out. But let the record show that I was right. Holy fuck. Insert clip here. So you telling me that the headmaster took the week off the same week that Phoenix gets kidnapped by Justin Parker? I'm sorry, Justin Luciano. God, this is too much. But that's the headmaster took the week off too. He is either dead or he is involved. I'm just not sure which yet. I'm not sure which yet, but that's suspicious. That's suspicious. So you telling me You telling me wait, Miss Hodgins, Miss Hodges, whatever her name is, the secretary. She knows something. She knows something. And it really pisses me off that the guys are just like not gonna chase after her and threaten her to tell them what she knows. Y'all are literally just gonna walk out. What the fuck? But she knows something. And Mason had a point. He's like, we just had a week off for Thanksgiving. He needed to take another week off. I have so many questions. I have so many questions. I am overwhelmed. I should have been taking notes. I knew it was too fucking obvious for the stalker to be Chad. It was too fucking obvious because he was already a sleazeball. It was too obvious. And then I'm like, okay, what other males have we been introduced to that would do something like this? And I'm like, the only other people that she actually interacts with is the raggedy ass principal and her therapist. Shit was just mad fucking wild. And you know what like got me? So like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When Dr. Parker showed up to the hospital and he was visiting her, you know, those few times when they kept her for her hold, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had some doubts that it might have been him because he just seemed so genuine and sincere. And you know, I did think it was weird right along with Phoenix, you know, thought it weird that he was listed as her emergency contact. Now it makes sense. But at the time, I'm like, it's fucking weird. You know, I know your aunt hates you, but what the fuck? But I started to doubt that he was the stalker when he was like saying, oh, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about that missed appointment. It was that Tuesday before homecoming that he didn't show up for the appointment and didn't say anything to her about it. But his excuse was, oh, I had a death in the family. Oh, my mom passed away from cancer. Like, that was his excuse. And bitch, I fell for it. Right along with Phoenix. I was still skeptical of him, but I fell for it. Now, let me tell you, excuse me. Let me tell you when my suspicions got heightened. So this was after the raggedy ass principal. First of all, fuck the principal. I hope he dies. In the third book, if he ain't dead, Miss Rhys, me and you issues, because he deserves death. He deserves torture and then death. Moving Phoenix to the old faculty housing building was bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. When Phoenix went to go talk to Dr. Parker, I'm gonna tell you when I got really suspicious. I got angry and suspicious when he showed like that flare of emotion when she mentioned that her stalker had found her at the housing that the school moved her to. You know, I was like, why all of a sudden are you showing this much emotion? Like, usually I felt like he was good at, excuse me, I felt like he was good at containing his emotions around her. Like, he always showed his concern, but he would never just, you know, get up and, you know, raise his voice or curse or anything like that. So it was weird with him showing his display of emotions like that concerning her, like her safety or anger at the principal. It was weird. But then the weirdest thing, the very fucking weirdest thing, was when he sat on the couch next to her and put his hand on her leg or on her knee, which probably seemed innocent. And I can't remember if Phoenix, you know, sensed anything at that time, because I feel like he did it twice in that same moment. Like, he did it and then he stood up and then he sat back down and then he did it again. And that just, alarm bells was going off, because I'm like, now you're being weird. Now you're being weird because you weren't doing that before. You used to sit over there. Why are you sitting over here? Like, you're being weird now. I don't like it. But that was when, like, it was just up there, because it was just weird. I don't know. And then it was still bugging me too about how Bianca had got the box, how she got Phoenix's box that Phoenix's mom left her. Like, I was wondering how she got it, and then I'm thinking, like, obviously it was a fucking stalker. But let me tell you something. Like, when it happens, like, if you the clip that I inserted, let me tell you something. When Daxon's raggedy ass daddy kicked Phoenix out of the house and she gets to the school and she sees, or Dr. Parker calls out to her and she's like, hey, what are you doing here? Yes, nigga, what are you doing here? You don't work here. You only supposed to be here on the days that we have sessions. What the fuck are you doing here? It is Thanksgiving break. Shouldn't nobody be here? What are you doing here? Like, but of course, with him being her therapist, and she's trying to find a way to get in contact with the guys. Like, honestly, it's just a little. But in my head, I was like, oh, fuck no. Like, I already knew. Especially when they went to the park. He was like, oh yeah, my phone's in the car. And then they get to the car and she's like, hey doc, the door won't open. Oh yeah, you need a key to open it from that. I knew it. Let me tell you something. Phoenix's time with that man, heartbreaking. The things that happened, I was praying did not happen, and they did happen because I already knew that they were going to happen because the trigger warnings were there. But let me just say, I'm very grateful that it was not explicitly detailed, because there was a book that I read earlier, a few months ago, and I can't recall if rape or sexual assault was in the trigger warning. I can't remember. And even if it had been, I would not have expected that scene to be so accurately detailed that it threw me for a loop, and I had to set the book down. And so I was very thankful that like, I already knew something was gonna happen because of the trigger warnings that were in here, but I'm very happy that it wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it wasn't done in a way to where I felt like I had to just stop reading and walk away, you know. So I am thankful for that. But yeah, no, again, I felt very connected with Phoenix through this whole entire fucking time. Like, this shit fucked me up. Just the fact that the dads are actually working with the fucking mafia. Let me tell you, I wasn't expecting that. That was a doozy. And then the guys being forced to sit there while these guys killed folks. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. Fucking Justin turning out to be a fucking Luciano. I was not expecting that. The screams that I scrumped, let me tell you. I wasn't expecting that. Then finding out, it was just too much. The revelation, a revelation overload. It was too much. I felt like Phoenix when she was like, this is too much. Like, I don't even know. And there's still so many questions. Like, I cannot fucking wait for book 3. It was so much. But I do have something I do want to say. Like, okay, I was expecting Phoenix to run into Liz at some point. I was expecting that conversation to take place. So I'm a little disappointed that that didn't happen, because I did think that that was a little weird. I did think that that was a little weird for them to not have any interaction at all since Phoenix came back to school. I thought that was a little weird. I want to know some more information, you know. Hopefully we'll find out more about the girl Brooke, or Brooklyn, whoever, that we were introduced to, that the guys are now suspicious of. Like, not really suspicious, but more curious about. I thought it was freaking adorable when Mason told Phoenix that he loved her. I love Mason. Like, I feel like Mason and Daxon, like, go head to head for that top spot as my favorites. And you know what is so weird? I've read a lot of Why Choose romances this year, considering that this is my first year being introduced to them. I've read a lot of them lately. The funny thing is, I never end up liking all of the guys. Like, I know everybody will have like their one favorite or something like that, but for me personally, there's always like one guy that I just can't fucking stand, or like just one guy that I can never fucking forgive for the stuff that they put the girl through. But with this, I actually love all of the guys, and it's crazy. I've never had that happen before. I love all of the guys. Love, love, love. But no, Daxon and Mason, they're like right up here. Honestly, I thought Daxon would have been the first one to fold and tell Phoenix that he loved her. Honestly. That's what I was expecting. But of course, he was the last. Ugh, stressing me out. Because the way that this book ended, like, ma'am, you got me fucked up. And now I have to wait. Like, obviously, I know they're both going to survive. I already know this. But it's just going to be shenanigans. Like, finding out the freaking marriages our engagements were fucking fake. It was, I still need to find out what the fuck is going on with the principal. Because why would you take a week off when y'all just had a week off from vacation? And then, you know, the guys never mentioned if the principal came back after that. I think that's interesting. The guys never mentioned if the principal came back after that. But I would like to know what's up. But then freaking Justin, Dr. Parker, confessing that Trevor, Phoenix's dad, was killed along with Dax's mom because they were planning to go to the FBI to basically tell on the mafia, which was foolish, by the way. And then the fact that Phoenix's mom was basically forced to unalive herself to protect Phoenix. And then Trivets, what was his name? Ronald Trivets, which is Phoenix's aunt's dead husband, who had passed away from a heart attack, who was actually killed, who was actually Phoenix's father. And then finding out that Dr. Parker killed her aunt too in a fire that burned up the house. Like, what? It was too much going on. It was too much going on. I'm probably going to end up rereading this book again next month. I'm going to take some time and sit with it. And then I'll probably end up rereading it again next month. I'll probably reread it a few times before the third book comes out. I really do love these characters. Like, I feel so I look at Phoenix as like my little sister, somebody that I really want to take care of and be there for and just protect her and hold her hand and make sure she's good. And then I'm looking at the guys like, y'all better fucking take care of her. You know, like, that's how I feel about all of them. And then everybody else, I just want to beat their ass. Like, Bianca, I want to fight Bianca in real life. I really want to fight her in real life. But, like, I'm so ready for book 3. And I know it's a ways away, but I'm so ready because, baby, these revelations, these were a lot of revelations for book 2, and we still have a book 3 to go. But hey, Dr. Parker is dead. Some shit gonna pop off. Some shit gonna pop off, especially with Bianca saying something like, oh, y'all don't know who y'all messing with, trying to end these marriages, and then the dads, and then it's the fucking mafia. It's just too much. It's too much. I don't know. I just hope that Phoenix will be okay mentally and emotionally and obviously physically after all of this, because I feel like she's definitely gonna need therapy after this, but she's gonna have a time trying to, you know, connect with another therapist after the bullshit that Dr. Parker done did, you know? So that's just, I don't know. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is I really fucking enjoyed this book. I loved it. It was great. I'm gonna go through the rest of Lynn Rhys's books and see which ones I want to read, because these 2 were perfection. That's all I have for now because I need to go to bed. But read the books, y'all. Read the books. I hope y'all enjoy them as much as I did. Always remember to check your fucking trigger warnings and don't take them lightly. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with all the books that I've been reading. I will go now, but again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all later.